Nah, I can't say. I would never into dog fighting. You know what I'm saying? You know, not taking that for any dog fighters or Michael Vicks out there, man. But that's why I got these glasses, son. But you know, of course, growing up in the hood, especially, you know, you get your pit bulls and Rottweilers and stuff. You know, you gonna fight dogs. You know, see what your dog about here. You know, it's just like a test of your manhood without doing it yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got a dog, he got a dog. You know, so you know you gonna eventually make them fight. You know, so I have done it in my younger years. You know, wasn't no big dog fighting ring leader type stuff. Cause you know me personally, I ain't never like see the animals hurt. You know, no matter who win or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really never get into that. But like my first dog was a Rottweiler, man. You know, in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Them pit bulls wasn't that popular at first. You know what I'm saying? It was more like you had the Doberman pinch and then pincher, Doberman pincher. Let me say it correctly for YouTube. But you had Doberman pinch and then you had your Rockweiler, really. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, you had your Shepherd before then, or right up in there too. But that was the K9 that would start coming to K9, so nobody had no Shepherd. But it was mostly the Rockweiler to me. You know what I'm saying? That was my first dog. I had a Rockweiler. You know what I'm saying? And I actually loved her, and my whole dog fetish type thing was Rottweilers up until we was in 4900 block one day, and this white guy came out there buying some dope, and he had like a red nosed pit bull, and we let him bump real quick, and I seen how that pit bull locked on my Rottweiler nose, and they couldn't get off. It made me change my mind about my dog breed, baby. But yeah, that happened out there on 2900 block, man. That pit bull got a hold of my Rottweiler, man, and was shaking him, man. Now, one of me or the pit bull's owner couldn't get that pit bull loose for a good little while, man. And I remember how long it took my dog face, mouth, what I'm saying, nose and stuff to heal after that, man. That was a vicious, real quick attack. You know what I'm saying? So, after I had lost that dog right there, the Rottweiler, man, of course, my next dog that I wanted to have was going to be a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got, man. And I'm trying to think who gave. Oh yeah, my partner, Dio Deville, Bangladesh. You know what I'm saying? From Bangladesh Production, he had gave me and my partner in my group, Eric Jones, smacking the back of the lat. He gave both of us one of the litters, and E-Dub got Ebony, a black pit with the white across the chest, and I got the gold pit with the white across her chest with the white paws, and I named her Goldie. You know what I'm saying? And she was a pretty. I love that dog right into the day. She was a house dog though. She was a house dog. She wasn't no fight. I didn't grow up like some of my other partners did with being mean or away from humans, because I always was around kids or dating somebody with kids or had my child, my daughter, at the time. But I wasn't no person that raised a dog where the dog would be mean and vicious, especially a pit bull, because they already naturally have that temper and that viciousness in them. So I didn't want to add nothing extra to it. No dog at all, really like that. You know what I'm saying? Dog could go off their natural instinct if their owner or somebody that they love or themselves are being, in danger. So, that's natural. So I didn't want to add that to it. But of course, you know what I'm saying, I used to go get rabbits though. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to the pet store and go get a rabbit or two every now and then. Like I say, I didn't like the animals getting hurt, no matter what animal it is. Even a roach. But I used to go to the pet store, go get a rabbit, and the condo that I stayed in, right off Gabby Road, the next door, it was vacant. So I used to get my pit bull, take her next door, have the rabbit in the box, and just let the rabbit out the box in the house. You know what I'm saying? And all the doors closed, the bathroom doors closed. You got a living room, kitchen, dining room. You can run upstairs like that, and the rabbit, touchdown, the rabbit gonna take off. Goldie gonna run after him. all through the house. Boom, boom, boom. Grab her. Boom, 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 boom. And now we got rabbit fur, guts all everywhere, slapping me all in the face, stuff like that. So, I let her get that instinct, and do her thing, for as she was growing up. You know what I'm saying? But at one point in my time, we had moved and we couldn't keep the dog where we were staying at in apartment complex in Riverdale. So I knew my grandmother, rest in peace, of Lois Walton Jones, and my father. He always had little dogs and stuff in their yard off Camerton Road in Atlanta. So I asked her, could I take my dog, bring her up there? She said, of course. So I brought her there. They have dog houses already out there, unused, stuff like that. So I know she'll be okay. But she had to get used to it because, like I said, she was a house dog. You know what I'm saying? But Pitbull, you know what I'm saying? So, so I take her over there, and they have a child, full grown. It's grown already, and my dog was a puppy, probably like 8-9 months old, and that child was probably like 3 years old, something like that. But they had a child mixed with a shepherd, but it had the short and the fuzziness of the child. You know what I'm saying? And then they had like a boxer over there, and maybe like some little bitty weenie dogs or something like that right there. But the child roamed a lot, like in the house, out the house, get through the fence, roam up the street, stuff like that right there. And of course, the child was a girl. You know what I'm saying? The child was a girl. So I take my pit bull over there, and at first my grandma was, she started calling me because my dog was getting on her nerve because she was always whining and crying. Middle of the night, 2 in the morning, she whining on the dog out there just whining because she was getting, had to get used to it or whatnot. But then, of course, after a few weeks, she used to it. I go over there I say, maybe 5 days out of the 7 days out the week, see her, feed her, things of that nature, like that. But what we have is the child, which is a girl too, and very territorial. That's where the shit hit the game at. You know what I'm saying? Of course, she started attacking my dog. My dog over there on the chain. She started attacking my dog. So now my grandma calling me different times of the morning or just throughout the evening or whatever, saying that they fine, they can't break them up. My dad is not there, or my granddad is not there, my dad is asleep, and stuff like that. So I used to have to stop what I'm doing and leave, take a 15-20 minute drive over to my grandmother's house to stop the dogs from fighting, and they would still be fighting. You know what I'm saying? And when I get there, man, my dog would be so ripped up from that chow. My dog would be so ripped up from that chow, man. That chow was mixed with that shepherd and had them real sharp teeth. So she would just be cut. Every bite would just cut, to the point where it had got so bad. My grandmama called me one day, and I rushed over there. She said, I think something wrong with your dog. They just got into a bad fight, and your dog is limping. And, man, when I got over there, man, and seeing my dog, I see all the blood, but I was more looking at the leg. It have a purple discoloration to it. You know what I'm saying? So, being my shorty, get the dog, we take it to the vet, and, of course, her leg is broken, man. You know what I'm saying? And so, I would say my dog done been there for maybe like 3-4 months at the most, just making it over a year now. You know what I'm saying? So, I remember the cash cost about $500-$600. The whole treatment of that was about $500-$600. We did that, bam, brought her back over there. She in the cash now. You know what I'm saying? And my father had went ahead and put the child on a chain now, and put the child linked up to the house that's next to where my dog was at originally anyway. So boom, my dog back over there, everything's fine, but of course she got on the cash, she got on her chain, boom, whatever. The child secured now, no more fights. My dog didn't have no problem on that recovery. You know what I'm saying? When no more fights going on, because both dogs was away from each other and on chains. So she had a speedy recovery and a great recovery. And once she came out of the cage, she couldn't even tell that her leg had been broken or anything of that nature. But then the calls started coming back in. The calls started coming back in, and it was my dog breaking off the chains, going over to the child and attacking the child now. So I'm like, what? She was like, yeah. And I'm like, I thought they was on the chain. She was like, your dog done broke off. I'm like, okay, but and she telling me that my dog done broke off the chain and going over there to attack the child. So that right there happened for like several days in a row. You know what I'm saying? So I say on the third or fourth day that my dog break off the chain, I happen to just pull up. And I'm getting out the car with my auntie say, Trees, your dog done broke the chain again. They over there fine. And man, I run through the house, run downstairs, go out the patio door, and I see him over there fine. But the chow is off the chain too. So they are fine. They just in the yard, just going. By the time I get to him, man, and try to break him up, as I'm trying to break him up, the chow launched at my dog and mistaken my dog and caught my calf muscle and bit into my calf. I still got the mark on my calf and bit into my calf muscle. But when she released it, my pit bull Goldie locks on her face. And when I say it reminded me of when that pit bull in Hickory Park locked on my Rottweiler Sheikah face, man, Goldie locked on that child face, man, and wouldn't let go. I'm talking about we tried to stick, we tried hot water, man. It took everything for my daddy to beat my dog face until she let go, man. But she still didn't let go, man. When she let go, it was a rip, straight gash, plop, big chunk. And I remember looking down at that child's face. I'm holding my dog. My daddy said, damn. He ran through the house and just grabbed, like just put his hand inside the Vaseline and just slapped the big claw of Vaseline on the child's face, man. Worst dog fight I ever seen, personally, in my life, man. And y'all know what? To end this story out, y'all know what, man? After that, we put my dog back on the chain, however. Of course, that dog healed up, good, and she's straight. Put her back on the chain, man. After that incident, that child continued to break off that chain. But when she broke up that chain, she didn't go near my pit bull. She didn't go near Goldie. Man, she broke off that chain, went up under that fence, or jumped over that damn fence, and went on the street somewhere. Come back later on, something pregnant or whatever. Come back later on, go in her dog house, then step foot over there with my dog no more, man. My dog had done broke her. And you know what? It was after months of my dog getting her ass whooped, man. Until she came back. And that last fight broke that child's spirit, man. That child was with my pit bull no more, man. That real talk, man. You know what I'm saying? Once again, like I said, I don't condone dog fighting. That's just something that happened, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to another great episode of Underground Source TV with your host, TV and film producer Don Trees Knox, College Park. Stand up.